didn't get a fair trial.
It is easy for us to love those who love us, but the true challenge is loving those who are not kind to us.
It's kind of like a role model for me right now, because I have experienced hating someone really a lot. Like, I couldn't forgive them. But when he told us that we should forgive and forget, that really spoke out to me, because I thought I couldn't forgive that person who did that to me. But now I think I can, and I actually have accepted it and moved on. So yeah.
One day I had an epiphany, a moment, and I said, you know what? Maybe this happened to me for a reason. Maybe I'm supposed to learn from this. And I chose to go, you know what? I forgive this kid because just maybe the Creator used him to teach me a lesson. Only have one life, young people. Learn to forgive. Young people, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your attention.
I was in a very low place and I needed some help. And I realized all the money in the world wasn't gonna put me back together again. The pain was internal. Shortly thereafter, my mom started coming to the hospital and saying, Hashim, you need to read this book. And I didn't want to do it. And the book was the Bible. And as I began to read the Bible and I ran across all of these phenomenal stories, and I said, well, God helped those people, maybe God could help me. And then I came across the Gospels and I learned about Christ, and I learned about this, when someone harms you, you have to turn the other cheek. And, the disciples asked him, well, what should you do when someone, hurts you? And he said, you should forgive. And the disciples must have been like you and I. And they said, well, how many times should we forgive, Christ? And he said, well, 70 times 7. And as a 15-year-old, I was doing the math. I was like, that's just a lot of forgiveness. And I realized that I felt like Christ and God was speaking to me, Hashim, you have to forgive, And maybe I wouldn't get a miracle to walk, but the real miracle was the depression that people couldn't see, And I read about forgiveness, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna forgive my mom and dad for separating and abandoning me. They didn't care about me, and I had a grudge against them. I had to forgive my mother's boyfriend. I realized, well, he has his own issues, and I had to forgive the kid who shot me. But then the hard part was forgiving myself, because I could blame my mother and father till the end of time, and I could blame the kid who shot me, but at some point, I had to take ownership on, Hashim, you made those bad decisions. And that was the hard part.